Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Hagerstown. Thank you so much for being here today on the fourth Advent.
Yes.
Sunday. And a beautiful service. We're looking forward to it. Joy in our hearts.
Doesn't matter to me. Oops.
Peaceful the season, love every moment, light shines wherever we are. Faith in the darkness, hope in the silence, joy, sweet joy in our hearts. Every day is choice to show some kindness. We're all a part of one family, so connected, our hearts and spirits. I reach out for you, you reach out for me. Peace for all seasons, love every moment, light shines wherever you are. Faith in the darkness, hope in the silence, joy, joy in our hearts. Now is the time to come together, to count our blessings. We are grateful. We lift our voices in one chorus. My brother, my sister, let's celebrate. Peace for all seasons, love every moment, light shines wherever we are. Faith in the darkness, hope in the silence, joy, sweet joy in our hearts. Let's celebrate peace, let's celebrate love, let's celebrate light that shines. Let's celebrate faith, let's celebrate hope, let's celebrate joy, joy, joy in our hearts. Peace for all seasons, love every moment,
Diane.
light shines wherever we are. Faith in the darkness, hope in the silence, joy, joy in our hearts. Peace for all seasons, love every moment, light shines wherever we are. Faith in the darkness, hope in the silence, joy, joy in our hearts. Joy, sweet joy in our hearts.
Woo, yes. Thank you so much, Brent and Patty. And as you can see, things are a little different today. We're having a special service, a Blue Christmas / Solstice service, and the order of service is going to be a little different too. So I'm just giving you the heads up because I know some people like to have the order the same each Sunday. You're at the wrong church, okay? We mix it up just every so often so that we can accommodate other things in our service. So welcome to Unity of Hagerstown. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for those watching online. We appreciate you, and we appreciate the in-person people as well, that's for sure. We'll have our opening prayer. I invite you to join me. Just taking a nice deep breath, and with the exhale, settling in. Coming home to your true self, your higher self, your Christ consciousness, and allowing that wisdom to come forth as we gather today in celebration, honoring those who have passed, honoring our grief, and still seeing the light that is there, the light within each of us, that always shines. We give thanks for this season. We give thanks for that light. We give thanks for this community. And so it is. Amen. I invite you to join with me in our vision statement. Together, Unity of Hagerstown exists to inspire awakening to the divine within and honor the sacred in all. And our mission statement. As a beloved community, we create a sacred space that empowers spiritual growth and ignites compassionate action. And I gotta say, I still love that vision statement so much. I should ask for an amen, but I'm afraid to. Okay. Okay, very good. Okay, we'll have the reading of the daily word now with Faith Storms.
I guess I'm supposed to go back here, like everybody else has been going back here, so I'll go back here. Okay. So today's daily word is actually yesterday, and I read this morning and thought, this is wonderful, so it's so nice that I get to read it today. So the topic is self-care. Amid holiday busyness, I take time for self-care. At Christmas time, holiday preparations and plans for celebrations and fun activities place unusual demands on my time. As much as I want to participate and make the most of this special time of year, I may also feel the need to step away and care for myself. Finding a quiet place, I go within to realign my thoughts with my indwelling Christ nature. I breathe a sigh of relief, realizing that, although God within, I will accomplish what needs to be done and still have time for fun and fellowship. I ask for help when I need it and am willing to let things go so I can set aside time for rest, exercise, a movie, or moments with friends and loved ones. I relax, get plenty of rest, and know there is time enough. And the scripture is Ecclesiastes 3:12. I know that there is nothing better for them than to be happy and enjoy themselves as long as they live. So our affirmation, is it the amid holiday busyness, I take time for self-care. And just pause a moment and think about, how can I do that in the next few days? Just a little thought, little idea. And let's say it again. Amid holiday busyness, I take time for self-care.
Thank you, Faith. Now we do have announcements. See, I told you the order service is going to get mixed up just a tad. But just a few announcements. Yoga on Monday, if you're feeling too stressed out with all the holiday preparations, yoga Monday evening might be just the thing for you. Kids or Unity are downstairs, can't wait to see what they're up to today. And we have a sign-up sheet for our food for the soup kitchen. And I'm going to invite you to pass it all the way down and then back, okay? Don't let it stop anywhere. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay, good. Along with all of this, we have a couple other things. Today, our potluck, in case you didn't know, and our book swap brought to you by the Women of Unity. If you didn't bring anything to eat, don't worry, we got you covered. We always have plenty of food here. And you know what? It wouldn't hurt us to not have plenty either. Christmas Day service starts at 11 o'clock, followed by another potluck. It's a wonderful time to come together, and if you have family that's out of town or you just don't have any other plans, just come together and just, even if you have plans later on in the day, come together in the morning and join us for our potluck then. And then on the 28th, next Sunday, another special service is the Burning Bowl service. And then the following Sunday will be the White Stone ceremony. The first day of the new year, we're having a vision board workshop. Come and make your vision boards and have a nice light brunch as well. There's no hurry for it, but we can set the intention for 2026. And that is a powerful thing to do, that intention setting. Listening workshop is coming up on the first Monday of the year. Learn to do more than just autobiographically listen. Listen with some presence. Autobiographical listening is when you're listening, but you're really forming an answer already, right? So maybe we can bring more heart, more attention, more mindfulness into our listening. And thank you very much, Adair. There's a sign-up sheet for that going around. And then the second Tuesday of every month for 2026, we're going to be doing a 12-power study via Zoom. I thought it was just such a great thing that we did in 2025, having the Creating Beloved workshop, Beloved Community Workshop on the second Tuesday, that I wanted to continue that, because sometimes it's nice to not be hurried through a study, but to take your time and do the reading and do the applications so that you can really incorporate it on a deeper level. And then, oh my gosh, dinner and game night is back. That's coming up on the 16th, 6 p.m., and there's not a sign-up sheet yet, but there will be. Okay, so we know how many people to prepare for. And I think that is it as far as our upcoming announcements for the next couple of weeks. So let's go ahead and take time now to greet each other, handshake, hug, namaste. Whatever your choice is, let it be known, and we will honor that. So let's go ahead, hug or greet each other. And if you want to say hello to our Facebook friends, it will be right here. You'll have to wave because they won't hear you, because you don't have the mic. But I want to say, because I think you can hear me, is that I'm so glad that you're with us today. We have a special service, the Blue Christmas service today. If you want to prepare for that, go ahead and get a candle. There's our Santa. Get a candle and have that ready along with the lighter. And then it will happen. There we go.
Good morning. He's waiting for that snoochie.
I like smooching and hugging.
We're the only two people that say the word smooch.
What did I say in front of the kids?
Necking.
Yeah. And stuck in the mud. We've got. Let's do that again. Here we are once again, stuck in the mud, marshaling all our defenses. Pushed to the limit, we're calling for blood, and we feel like the whole world's against us. An eye for an eye, toothless and blind, we stumble our way to perdition. Angels of peace, help me release this fight. I came here for love. It's the bravest thing I can do. I am here to remember to let it come through. I came here for love. It's the strongest place I can find. I am here to surrender and open my mind. What will we do with this chance to be free? We've got so much love to choose from. You roll with the punches, you sail with the breeze. You show up, you win some and you lose some. Here in my heart is a generous dream, a powerful vision unfolding. The spirit of peace is and the whole world is opening. I came here for love. It's the bravest thing I can do. I am here to remember, to let it come through. I came here for love. It's the strongest place I can find. I am here to surrender and open my mind. What will we do with this chance to be free? We've got so much love to choose from.
Beautiful. Thank you, Brett and Patty. And now we'll have the reading, the Advent reading today with Jay Vanette. That's the trouble with these long tables.
It's like one of those award shows. I'm trying to get up. Yes. Thank you, honey. Did I light all 5? No, just the 4. Okay. Hello, everyone. This Advent reading was written by Reverend Margot Ford. They wrote, "The first night I saw her, she was napping in a chair on my patio. Admittedly, I was surprised, but she did not seem disturbed by my sudden appearance at the door. I had never seen a raccoon in my yard, much less resting on a patio chair. What a joyful experience. She returned nightly that summer with 5 kits in tow, all competing for the cat food I put out and for the miniature marshmallows I tossed them. But suddenly, they were simply gone. I was truly heartbroken. In this week of joy at Christmas, I remember such simple moments and know that joy is at the core of my being. The years may evoke great moments of joy, the graduations, weddings, and babies, but joy can reside even in the smallest events and amidst the saddest circumstances. For me, God's creatures are a source of boundless joy. Connecting with various and amazing life forms touches the divine within and awakens my joyful feelings. What a blessing." And the reading is from John 15:11. "I have said these things to you so that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be complete." And we have the Advent reading up there, which is, all together, "I am open to the experience of joy." Let that settle in your heart space for a moment. And again, "I am open to the experience of joy."
Thank you, Jay. And we'll take the microphone over here. Thank you. I should have told you that beforehand. Where's my stage crew? Okay, so just setting up for our Blue Christmas / Solstice service. And I think, so just a couple words before we get started. This service is really put together for those who may not be feeling so merry and bright right now. This can be a particularly hard time of year if we are grieving a lost, someone who's passed, or even a situation in our lives. Maybe feeling that we're in the darkness and looking for that light. If all the decorations and the cards and the music playing throughout the stores, the concerts, the parties, and all the merrymaking and all the advertisers trying to convince us that we can buy joy, if in spite of all of that, we're not feeling like celebrating, then this is a place to come, and I invite you to find it as a safe place for you to be transparent with yourself and vulnerable within this community as well. A safe place to admit that maybe I'm not feeling so joyful right now. Maybe what we're really feeling is sad or angry or disappointed. A place for you to be real with whatever struggle or challenge that you may be going through. So those of us who are feeling a little blue right now can feel edged out this time of year, in which the focus really is not on anything other than merry and bright. Everyone else may seem like they're caught up in this frenzy of celebrations, preparations. But this particular day, December 21st, is my mother's birthday. And I knew I wanted to do a Blue Christmas in honor of my feelings and to honor her as well. So it feels particularly relevant for me, and I know that we have all lost someone. My mother passed 9 years ago. It doesn't mean I don't miss her, particularly this time of year. So I hope that as you think about the message of light that's in both Christmas as well as the solstice, you'll find comfort and hope in knowing that you are not alone. Joanna Macy states, "The heart that breaks open contains the whole universe. Let us not fear our feelings, but rather, through embracing them, learn the gifts they bring." So for those of you who are feeling pretty merry and bright, I invite you to see this as a time to slow down and to get into a greater embodiment of the light of the world that you are. Okay. I'm assisted today by the prayer chaplains.
Hello. This empty chair represents those who won't be home for Christmas. Perhaps a relationship has ended. Perhaps the people we love will be far away. Perhaps sickness or death has changed how things used to be. We light this first candle to remember those we have loved and lost. We pause to remember their names, their faces, their voices, and the memories of them that we hold in our hearts. We give thanks for the gift of the presence in our lives and welcome divine comfort. When we are feeling overcome with sadness, we affirm the peace that is greater than we can ever understand.
The empty chair also represents the pain and sadness that can come from other events that enter our lives, uninvited and unwanted, leaving us reeling in pain and shock, unable to shake the feeling that it wasn't supposed to be like that. So, we light this candle to represent other losses that we may find ourselves faced with: the loss of health, independence, of freedom, the loss of confidence or security, plans that did not work out, or hopes that ended in despair. We pause now to silently acknowledge some of these losses that might be felt at this time. We recognize that even as we ponder what we have lost, we know that we can never lose the love of God. We gently recall that wherever we are, God is.
This candle represents our courage, the courage to face our sadness, to share our feelings with others, our doubts, our fears, our anger, frustration, or depression, and to dare to hope in the depths of our pain. We pause now to affirm that even in fear or grief, the courage of spirit is always available to us. We are willing to claim the courage to be vulnerable, and in doing so, experience healing.
We light this fourth candle to remember those who have supported us in our pain. We pause to remember the prayers, the words of comfort and support, the acts of kindness from family and friends, and those who stood with us in our time of need. We're grateful for others, family, friends, strangers even, who remind us that we are never alone. And we're grateful for the reminder of the light of spirit that is alive within us. I invite you, if you're comfortable in doing so, to turn to someone near you and share what you may be feeling the loss of. And also, it's kind of twofold, share as well a time when someone reminded you that you were not alone. We'll take a few minutes for this. I'm going to invite them to come up first. And of course, those at home can certainly journal about the loss that they may be feeling, or the disappointment or anger, whatever it is that is keeping you from feeling the joy perhaps today. And then remember a time in which you were supported. In fact, if you want to, you can put it in the comments section. That would be pretty wonderful. Thank you. So I'm going to invite everybody to continue this conversation after the service. But for those who feel as if they would like to share with the community, I'm going to invite maybe two people, one at a time, to come forward using the mic over here by the piano, if you would like to share. Okay, we'll move on then. Okay. So the Islamic author Helwa says, grief has a very holy purpose. Through our feelings of loss, we actualize true gratitude. When we begin to see the depth of our grief as reflecting the depth of love that we felt, the holes that a loved one's spirit once filled go from triggers of sadness and regret to altars of gratitude. The children's book character Winnie the Pooh beautifully illustrates this when he says, "How lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard." Darcy Sims reminds us that grief is not a sign of weakness or lack of faith. Grief is the price we pay for love. So the question to reflect on is, can we find gratitude and love in the midst of darkness? And I invite Brett and Patty to lead us in a song.
Oh come, Emmanuel, and with your captive children dwell. Give comfort to all exiles here, and to the aching heart bid cheer. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come within as faith to dwell. I'd read that, but I can't say it. Oh come, Emmanuel, as joy that never yields to might. Oh come and turn all hearts to peace, that greed and war at last shall cease. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come within as peace to dwell. Oh, come, you day spring, come and cheer our spirits by your presence here, and dawn in every broken soul as visions that can see the whole. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come within as love to dwell. Oh, come, you wisdom from on high, from depths that hide within abide, to temper knowledge with service care, to render every act a prayer. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come within as joy to dwell.
The Daily Word from December 13th, 1980. My heart is comforted, my faith is deepened. I need my glasses. When we need comfort, we find it in many ways. Comfort comes to us in the spoken word, in the written word. Comfort comes to us as a feeling of peace in our heart. When we need comfort, God gives of comfort. The comfort of knowing that there is always a new beginning, always a happier way. The comfort of knowing that beyond the surface appearances there are depths and heights, purposes and meanings we have not yet understood. There is fulfillment for every desire and every dream. The comfort of knowing that we can trust all things to God, all persons to God. The comfort of knowing that our dear ones are always in God's care, always a part of His eternal life and love, that we and they are on an immortal journey.
Khalil Gibran wrote on joy and sorrow. Then a woman said, "Speak to us of joy and sorrow." And he answered, "Your joy is sorrow unmasked, and the self-same well from which your laughter rises was oftentimes filled with your tears. And how else can it be? The deeper that sorrow carves into your being, the more joy you can contain. Is not the cup that holds your wine the very cup that was burned in the potter's oven? And is not the lute that soothes your spirit the very wood that was hollowed with knives? When you are joyous, look deep in your heart, and you shall find it is only that which has given you sorrow that is giving you joy. When you are sorrowful, look again in your heart, and you shall see that in truth you are weeping for that which has been your delight. Some of you say, joy is greater than sorrow, and others say, nay, sorrow is the greater. But I say unto you, they are inseparable. Together they come, and when one sits alone with you at your board, remember that the other is asleep upon your bed. Verily, you are suspended like scales between your sorrow and your joy. Only when you are empty are you at standstill and balanced. When the treasure keeper lifts you to weigh his gold and his silver, needs must your joy and your sorrow rise or fall. Just as our Advent reading today shared that there is joy in the midst of sorrow, I invite us to consider that joy is always within us as an aspect of spirit. It is inherent. It doesn't go away, and even though we may be going through a grieving process, there is still joy to be found that can be found in the moment, in the breath, in small things. So I'm going to invite you to share once more what joy is to be found today for you. Perhaps it's in a memory. Perhaps it's in the sun shining. Take a moment, reflect, and share. Yeah. So I'm going to invite us to continue this conversation after the service as well. Sitting around our potluck table, this would be a great conversation starter. Okay. Meister Eckhart said, truly it is in the darkness that one finds the light. So when we are in sorrow, then this light is nearest of all to us. So this time of year when darkness gathers around, we are reminded of the growing light. From this day forward, there is a little bit more light in each day. Joyce writes, the winter solstice celebrates the return of hope to our land as our planet experiences the first slow turn toward greater daylight. Soon we will welcome the return of the sun and the coming of springtime. As we do so, let us remember and embrace the positive, enriching aspects of winter's darkness. Pause now to sit in the silence, in the darkness, well, metaphorical, and let this space be a safe enclosure of creative gestation for you.
And now, a reading from the Daily Word, 1968. There is a light penetrating all darkness. This light shines for me, through me, and on me. There is the radiant light of the December sun, the warming light of a friendly fireplace, the searching light of a towering lighthouse. And there is the pure light of the Christ, which shines for all. This light of the Christ is radiant, like the life-giving light of the sun. It is heartwarming, like the light from a fireplace. It is steady, guiding, directing, protecting, like the light in the towering lighthouse. This light of the Christ shines for all. It shines for me and through me as I allow it to shine. It shines on me whether I am aware of its light or whether I close my eyes to it and I feel that I dwell in the shadows. Now, with my mind open to the light and with my heart receptive to it, I acknowledge there is a light penetrating all darkness. This light shines for me, through me, and on me.
Darkness dissolves in the presence of God's light. The winter solstice marks the shortest day of the year, but with it comes the promise of greater sunlight in the days ahead. Darkness is driven away by the light. The light from a single candle is so powerful that when its flame is shared with another, nothing is lost. The candlelight illuminates the darkness time and time again. Divine light drives away the darkness in my mind and in my life. When I shift my attention away from the dark thoughts and focus on prayers of gratitude and joy, the spark of divinity ignites within me. I joyously share God's love with others. As God's light shines through me, my life and the life of others are uplifted.
I want to add something to that because that felt a little bit like spiritual bypass to me. And we can shift our thoughts away from the darkness, but the feelings that we're feeling have to be felt completely in order for us to process them. So we're not trying to bypass the feelings and move straight to happy. We're trying to honor and acknowledge those feelings and then recognize at the same time, because we can hold two truths at once, recognize at the same time that there is that light within us. So just as one candle can light another and can actually light thousands of other candles, so one heart can illuminate another and can illuminate thousands of hearts. We're going to move into a candle lighting with the help of our prayer chaplains, but I want to give specific directions so we don't have wax on the floor. So the prayer chaplains have a candle that they will, yes, thank you guys, that they'll start at various points in the room. And for those sitting at the table, you have candles on the table. They'll light the first person at the table in various spots, and then hand, they won't light the person, light the candle. I thought that was clear, but I thought maybe more clarity here. And then hand the candle to you so that you can light the next person, okay? And for those in the chairs, we'll pass out candles, or actually, there's extra on the table too. So, okay, yeah, and we'll have music during this too. Yeah.
So while you're handing out candles, you're also going to be, we're doing a little call and response. So I'll sing, and you could sing with me on that too, but you're especially going to do, where is the light? That's your job. Where's the light? Because you've got it. You're holding it, right? Here we go. When it's late December, dark and cold, where is the light? When old man here is bending low, where is the light? When the sun runs off to bed too soon, where is the light? And there's nothing but a skinny moon, where is the light? Where is the light? Where is the light? Where is the light? Oh, the light's inside of me. When it's dark each morning when I rise, when it's dark when my eggs are frying, where is the light? When it's dark when off to work I go, where is the light? When it's dark again when I get home, where is the light? Where is the light? Where is the light? Where is the light? Oh, the light's inside of me. Well, it's in my skin and in my bones. It's in my heart and in my soul. That light of life so bright and so golden. When the sun goes missing in the sky, it's rising in my eyes, chasing all that winter gloom away. I'm burning bright like kerosene. Where is the light? I'm twinkling like a beauty queen. Where is the light? I'm dancing like a candle flame. And I'm flaming like a fruit flambe. Where is the light? Where is the light? Where is the light? Where is the light? Oh, the light's inside of me. Where is the light? Where is the light? Where is the light? Oh, the light's inside of me. 2, 3, 4. This little light of mine.
It's stand and sing.
I'm gonna let it
Stand
shine.
and sing.
This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Yeah, please be seated. Wasn't that a fantastic song? Yeah. So those who have candles that aren't being held can leave them on the table lit for dinner. And if you have a candle that you're holding, I mean, you can continue to hold it or blow it out. It's your choice. Yeah. So I invite you to join me in our offertory affirmation Together, divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. I give thanks for the all-providing source within. And we'll have another song by Brett and Patty.
Deep in the darkest winter night, here is my candle burning, cozy and warm inside the light. Now that the year is turning, what does the future hold in store? Where has our journey brought us? How can we learn from what's gone before? What has experience taught us? Heart of creation, lover of shadow and light, sing us the songs of a billion stars, silently all through the night. Friendship will light the darkest hours, true love will hold the vision, peace and goodwill on earth is ours. Let it be our decision. What does the future hold in store? Where has our journey brought us? How can we learn from what's gone before? What has experience taught us? Heart of creation, lover of shadow and light, sing us the songs of a billion stars, silently all through the night. Deep in the darkest winter's night, here with my candle burning, cozy and warm inside the light. Now that the year is turning, feel how the year is turning.
Thank you, Brett and Patty. Great music today. I want to say goodbye to our online friends. We love you. We appreciate you. We're so grateful that you're a part of this community. Thank you for being here.